But talking about entertainment, what have we got? Levels of polyglotism explained. Oh, this is gonna be so funny. Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum i dobro požalovec na moj kanal. My legal birth name is LanguageSimp, and I'm a hyper-polyglot GigaChat alpha male who is very attractive to every woman and man on the planet. One of the most frequently asked questions in the language learning community is how many languages does a person need to speak to be considered a polyglot? What about a hyperpolyglot? And could there perhaps be even higher levels of polyglotism? Well, today I'm going to explain every level of language learning, all the way from being a monolingual beta to speaking every single language in the universe.
Guys, for those who don't know, this is sarcasm, okay? This is comedy. He's doing it on purpose, just so you know.
So let us know which level you're at in the comments, and also tell us which country you're from so we could judge which one has the most accomplished language learners. If you speak one...
Have you ever heard of India?
language, you are a monolingual beta. You most likely just speak the language of the place that you spawned in. You started learning this language while you were in the stomach of your birth parent, and then you were spoon-fed the rest of it while you were growing up. Therefore, your fluency in this language means absolutely nothing, and you are a beta. You, for whatever reason, don't understand the appeal of learning a language. Maybe
don't you hate that Facebook little thing with the guy that looks like it's a man, but it's oh my gosh, that is...
You're sheltered, close-minded, not very curious about the world, or perhaps just American. The only possible way you could shock natives at this level is with a taser. You reek, but if you're a monolingual beta who now wants to learn a language, your stench is not as noticeable. You've seen the light and taken a linguistic shower. Even I was once a monolingual beta. If you speak 2 languages, you are a bilingual billy. You may simply have parents from 2 different cultures. Perhaps your father is a native femboy German speaker, while his husband, who is also your father, is a native spicy Spanish speaker. Or perhaps you got a lucky spawn in a DLC region where 2 languages are widely used, like Barcelona or Montreal. So effectively you're native in both of them. But if you had to learn your second language, that's much more impressive. You've broken out of monolingualism and you are now lingualized. Bilingual billies are one step up from monolinguals on the food chain, and thus they admire you. Normies think you're smart and cultured, and women may be attracted to you. If you speak 3 languages, you are a trilingual timmy. The odds of getting a spawn that make you a trilingual timmy by default appear low at first. Perhaps you were born in Luxembourg or Singapore, but also many spawn points in India will force you into trilingualism at a young age.
I love the gaming, by the way.
And the odds of spawning there are astronomical. I suppose you could alternatively come from a multi-ethnic polyamorous family, but chances are slim. This is the first level where you're truly impressive, and you can begin using your languages to peacock in an attempt to attract a mate.
Isn't it like polyamorous another way to say you cheat and your partner or your boyfriend, girlfriend is fine with it? I never understood that. But I mean, consenting adults do whatever you want.
No longer just someone who learned a language. You're now a language guy. To the average American, the concept of speaking 3 languages feels about as impossible and mind-blowing as the concept of the United States having free healthcare. If you speak 4 languages, you're a quadrilingual quanisha. There's not much difference between the last level and this one. It's a bit easier to aura farm at this stage, and your charisma stat is increased, but the difference is subtle. Quadrilingual quanishas naturally alpha mog trilingual timmies in the wild, but most normies will react the same way whether you say you speak.
You know what's crazy? It's actually true, this thing. How like people who don't speak languages will react the same whether it's 3. It is actually true, which is what makes it funny.
3 or 4 languages. Many people in the Balkans actually spawn as quadrilingual quanishas. This is due to a glitch known as the Balkan exploit, where Serbian, Croatian, Montenegrin, and Bosnian are all the same language, but called different things. Therefore, technically, someone from this region speaks 4 languages by default. But if you speak 5 languages, you are now a polyglot, and you're officially allowed to sell a course or book on language learning to people at lower levels. Which is why I'm selling the Hyper Polyglot Handbook on languagesimp.com for 30% off during the holiday season. No, I'm editing the video right now and I've decided it should be 40%. So 40% discount on languagesimp.com. Use code Christmas. 40% off, code Christmas.
40%.
Seriously, 40% off for the holiday season. I want everyone to accomplish all their New Year's resolutions with languages, and I hope that you're learning Arabic this year. Or next year, I guess. If you're...
Yeah, I mean, if you are in England, I'm sure you're going to learn it, and actually Urdu, isn't it?
You're a polyglot, you're well versed in multilingualism, and you're automatically respected everywhere you go. At this point, you've most likely unlocked communication with NPCs from a large portion of the world's DLC regions, unless you've been grinding small languages like Albanian, Sinhalese, and Uyghur. Everyone thinks you're a genius, a gifted savant who has done the impossible.
Believe it or not, that's why there is so much false polyglots online, because they love the attention. It's really what it is. It's just another way of saying I'm special.
So women flock to you, and even small, typically skittish animals will feel comfortable in your presence as they can smell or echolocate your multilingualism. This is the first level where you unlock a superpower. You now have the ability to reliably excite natives with your tongue. Natives shower you with hospitality, gifts, and attention when you shock them in their language, and sometimes they even do backflips. You've maxed out your charisma skill tree, and you can flawlessly switch from one language to another like a circus monkey to entertain monolingual betas for a side hustle or even a full-time career. If you speak 6, 7 languages, you're still just a polyglot but with an added language or two, so we call you a polyglot plus. Some organizations claim that speaking 6, 7 languages makes you a hyper polyglot, but that seems too low in my humble opinion.
And it's insane that this stuff is actually real. Like, of course, this video is comedy, but this stuff is real. So the International Association of Hyperpolyglots, so according to them, am I a polyglot? Because they never tell you what level you need to have in order to claim it. Do not call me a hyperpolyglot, ever. To me, is a personal insult, and I will take offense, just so we're clear.
It's important to note that Polyglot Plus is the level where heterosexual people of the same gender will begin to find you attractive. However, if you speak over 8 languages, you are a real hyperpolyglot.
Okay.
At this point, you're an expert language learner. You most likely have almost all of the world's DLC regions unlocked, and your tongue can move, curl, and roll in every direction in 3D space permitted by Newtonian physics. You also unlock the ability to have IRL subtitles when you're speaking with NPCs at this level. Your oral abilities cause natives to involuntarily backflip as your words infiltrate their slow and fast twitch muscle fibers in a process not yet understood by biologists. Monolinguals stare at you in awe as you blow their minds with your tongue, and the only way to hoard off the unwanted attention from monolingual betas on the street is to wear a muzzle. But if you speak over 15 languages...
Ooh, ultra polyglot. Man, do people actually use that? Oh, please tell me they don't.
You are an ultra polyglot. You've done the unthinkable and learned so many languages that you probably can't even remember which ones you speak. You shock natives so hard that you risk giving them a heart attack when you speak in their tongue. Monolinguals can't even look in your direction. There's a
heart attack in Japanese is shinzo hossa or shinzo mahi if it's a cardiac arrest. I don't know why I said that. Maybe they will give me hyperpolyglot, maybe.
A glowing aura surrounding you at all times, and your brain is overflowing with swagger, causing you to rapidly shift your thoughts from language to language with energy you harnessed from the Tower of Babel. You no longer fear the Luo Dingo Owl. He fears you. At the ultra polyglot level, you unlock a variety of superpowers. You can move objects with telekinesis, and you can sometimes no-clip through hard objects like walls, although this is difficult at this stage. The most famous ultra polyglot is a friend of mine, the great Steve Kaufman.
You know, maybe I should make a video about Steve. He seems like a lovely guy when it comes to... I mean, yeah. I'll leave it at that.
One day, him and I were enjoying coffee at a quaint cafe, and when I told him I didn't speak Swedish, he telekinetically lifted me off the ground, propelling me through the roof of the building. And he wouldn't let me down until I bought a subscription to Link. Then I watched him, I kid you not, walk straight through a wall out the side of the building. Seriously, this happened. Click the link in the description if you want to watch the video. If you speak over 50 languages, you are a super polyglot.
Man, would you put super over ultra? For me, ultra is more than super. So if I was, you know, if I had any say into the nomenclature here, I would say first you have super polyglot and then you have ultra polyglot, but that's just me. So super polyglot, guys, 50 plus.
The name Super Polyglot comes primarily from the fact that this is the level where you unlock the most superpowers.
Oh,
Your
I
tongue
see.
is now strong enough to lift
Fine.
the blue whale, and it can also now maneuver in non-Euclidean planes, allowing you to make rare,
Oh my
exclusive noises previously thought impossible for humans to utter. If you shock a native, a lightning bolt comes out of the sky and kills them. You can now also reliably walk through walls, shapeshift, fly, and even shoot lingots out your ass at the speed of light. One confirmed super polyglot is my friend Richard Simcott.
I
He's
don't
a
know
very
who that is.
humble and handsome guy, but one time we were in Prague, and when I told him I didn't know how to
Ah.
speak Uzbek, he snapped. He shapeshifted into a giant eagle and flew me on his back to Boysun, Uzbekistan, where he forced
Oh
me
my
to
God.
study Uzbek to a D1 level.
Yeah, as Rebecca says, do we have a super duper polyglot? Because I mean, yeah, at this point, am I right? Why just being a super polyglot?
If you speak over 100
Mega polyglot! It's never gonna stop. Man, look at the face. That's a Redditor face, though.
languages, you are a mega polyglot. You no longer need to eat, as your body burns all the Anki decks you've memorized for fuel. You've unlocked virtually all DLC regions on Earth, including areas inhabited only by animals. You most likely speak a variety of animal languages, and the mega polyglots I've met spoke aquatic languages such as largemouth bass, lobster, and even femboy lobster. And some mega polyglots have even learned communication at the cellular level and can speak bacteria through means of
Speak bacteria. Wait for the book. Wait for the book.
biological signaling with single
Yeah, honestly, after this, it's gotta be omni-polyglot. It's gotta be omni-polyglot. I absolutely agree. We need omni-polyglot.
organisms. But tragically, harnessing your powers at this level gets a little dangerous. When you shock natives, they explode with the power of a nuclear bomb. If a mega polyglot were to film an Omegle video shocking people from around the world in various languages, humanity would end and a nuclear winter would commence. You've unlocked intergalactic travel and you no longer need oxygen. To breathe, you simply inhale your words as you say them, and your blood is made of liquid grammar. And finally, if you speak every
Ooh, they did it! He did it, guys. You predicted it. Man, you're so much sharper than me. Omniglot.
single language in the universe, you are an omniglot. Your atoms are now replaced with words held together by covalent pronunciation bonds, and if you choose, you can even transcend outside of your body. You're
so
capable of having meaningful conversations in the over 7,000 currently known languages in the world, and hypothetically, the billions in the universe, including conlangs, ancient dead languages, sign languages, and you can even speak plant through linguistic photosynthesis. However, despite knowing it, most omnipolyglots refuse to speak Esperanto.
Oh, that is funny. Oh my gosh, they refuse to speak Esperanto. The whole situation. Esperanto is such a meme when it comes to the language learning community. And my friend Evil Dia actually does speak Esperanto. But this is like, if you understand the meme, then that is good.
The only confirmed omnipolyglot in the Milky Way galaxy is Wouter Quarterveiner. So in conclusion,
I don't know who that is.
Who cares what you are at the end of the day?
Right.
These labels, including polyglot, are stupid, and they'll
Thank
keep
you.
you trapped in a cycle of comparison and shame. Yes, I say I'm a hyperpolyglot gigachat on this channel, but if you were to meet me in person, I'd probably just say that I love languages and I'd list the ones that I've studied.
Exactly.
I recommend you do the same so that we could avoid this whole cringe label game
Thank you.
altogether. And that's the video.
Awesome. Man, that was funny. Man, that was. I'm going to say this is one of his best. His best still remains, I believe, the one about French. I think that one is my favorite. But this, man, that was great.